Good morning. When you say, it's like old English proverb, it says, when you are in Rome, do what the Romans do. So that's the reason I say, 𝐃𝐢𝐠𝐢𝐭𝐚𝐥. Am I right? That means people in Mizoram, of course, will know that. But I'll translate that. That says, hello, everyone. So I am Saibal Roy. I head the business, the government business for Airtel. And I'm sure Airtel you are aware of, and we, in fact, are perhaps become a national brand now, and it's been years we've been serving the country. So what we want to talk about, and I've heard a lot of people, in fact, the entire esteemed speakers who were here, including the Sir, Chief Minister Sir, and the ICT Minister, they've talked about a lot of stuff. In the sense, they talked about, I picked up some points, resiliency, they talked about cybersecurity, and these are all challenges which are there. And also the geographical challenges are also there. Reaching out to give the infrastructure for digital intervention and digital platform is also a challenge. Though we are doing a lot of stuff for the state, I will take you through on that. But I think something says, which says enough is also not more. It has to be much more. That's the way it has to be. So we'll have to do, and perhaps the platform out here is, how can we do all this stuff? How can we enable all of us to work together for the cause of this digital divide gap to cut down to zero? And how do we get the digital weaving of this is the right, perhaps the headline statement which comes in, digital weaving for the future. So let's come straight to the point. I'll just take you through what we have and what are we doing as such. Airtel is definitely one of the largest operators in the country. We are a carrier's carrier, and across the globe also, we are one of the largest operators in the mobile space. If you see, our chairman has very clearly said, which is Mr. Sunil Bharti Mittal, the asset which we have created, the infrastructure what we have created is actually a national asset. And this is what we have done is that if you see what we have created, we've got 4 cable landing stations, which is like 2 in Mumbai, 2 in Chennai. There are more undersea cables coming in. We are just landing 2 more cables. One is again in Chennai and Mumbai, which is 𝐂𝐸𝐠𝐬𝐿𝐵 Africa, as well as 𝐶MEV 6, which is landing. So as we speak, the cables have arrived. So we will be going live very soon. We have 440,000 route kilometers of fiber across the country. Similarly, across the world also, we have that much of capacity which is available and the fiber strength of 440,000 route kilometer. So, and we have 33 undersea cables. So you can understand, we have one private cable, which is emanating from Chennai to Singapore, which is our own private cable, which is eye-to-eye. And apart from that, we have other cables. We are consortium members of 𝐶MEV 4. We are consortium members of EIG, IMEV. All these cables, we have the cable landing stations in the country. Apart from this, of course, we also have towers, which is our Indus Tower, which is the Toko company which helps us to work all this. So we have more than 350,000 towers across the state, across the country, which are able to support the network which we have, and it's a very, very robust network. Very soon, we are going to also have VSAT services. The VSAT services which I'm going to talk about is the LEO satellite. I'm sure you would have heard a lot of things in the media that when we talk about there is OneWeb which is coming, there is Starlink which is coming, all these particular things which is dynamics are happening. And today, when we talk about a place like this, which is Mizoram, which has got 90% forestation, how do we deploy? The challenges are enough and more, but fiberization is not the only challenge, or perhaps the challenge, how do we decipher this? So what we need to do is, how do we get to the access to them? How do we connect you? So with the LEO satellite coming in, which is OneWeb and Starlink, so OneWeb we represent, even Starlink we represent. So what we can do is that earlier, conventionally, the satellites used to be at a distance of 3,500 kilometers from the Mother Earth. And that was the distance. And that's the reason the latency was very high. It was at 1100 millisecond latency. Now with the LEO satellite, which is low Earth orbit satellite, the satellite has come down to 1200 kilometers. It is operating at 1200 kilometers. That is the reason the latency has come down, which is 100 milliseconds. So with 100 millisecond latency, all your applications can run. You can give, anywhere in the country, we can give you connectivity. That will be very soon in the offing, which will be very sure. And I'm pretty clear that we will be able to offer these services across. So this could be a big, big boon. We already have our bases ready. There are 2 Earth stations which have already been created. One is in Gujarat, and the other is in down south in Tuticorin. So all this we have already been done. So we are just waiting for the government clearances, and we should be able to go live. So this is for OneWeb. Over and above this, of course, there is voice and mobile which we offer. We are all we are taken as a mobile company. We are definitely sure. So overall, there is enough and more. And in the space what we offer, we operate in the government space, we operate in the enterprise space, we operate everywhere, we touch every customer of ours. And that's the reason I think over the last 26 years, the trust what we have from our customers like you has been phenomenal. And I'm sure we will definitely go much more bigger and broader. We also have data centers. We have got 12 large data centers. We got 120 edge data centers. In fact, the esteemed panel talked about edge data centers. We can definitely facilitate you there too. So there is enough and more. And there is, with this data center being there, we can also give you sovereignty. Anil Shukla sir, he talked about the data going out when you go to AWS. The sovereignty will help you. The data will remain in India. So it will remain in the country, and everything, the control plane and data plane also remains here. So that's the biggest advantage which we'll definitely have. Because presently we actually serve 40 crore subscriber base. You understand what we are going through because of the geopolitical issues today in the country. The amount of, Chief Minister sir talked about, the 2 sites were hacked. We get a lot of threats like this every day, day in, day out, let me tell you. We've never been hacked, touch wood. And because of the resilience of cyber threat, what we have, and security, what we have created, which my colleague Amit will definitely take care, and perhaps he'll elaborate on this and elucidate further. So on the cloud and cybersecurity, he'll talk about. So overall, if I may say, the technology is available. SD-WAN is the latest technology which is available today. We can definitely give you. Airtel IQ is one more platform. This is a platform which is very, very important to touch base to the citizen, government to government, government to citizen. Now, how do I do that, and how do we do that is, you have an SMS, you have a WhatsApp, you have outbound dialing. You can do all these 3 from the same platform. So SMS via the OEMs. So we actually, all SMS have to go through a telco. And that is also, there is also, if you would have seen, whoever uses an Airtel subscriber, you are an Airtel subscriber, you would be seeing that we've got a spam, anti-spam shield which comes in. It says suspected spam when a call comes in. And that's the reason I'm sure every customer today in the country is very happy. We as an Airtel only are doing this today, and we want to take it forward. This is a fight we've actually declared against the spam generators. So it's a fight against fraud. Though as a service provider, let me tell you, it's counterproductive from a business standpoint, because the more the number of calls we make, more money. But in the interest of the citizen and interest of the country, I think this is one thing which we have to give, and we got it. And in fact, just to tell you, yesterday, actually we have taken it to the next level. So we already had started for the voice part, which is you're getting suspected spam, and this is AI-based model, whereby we can identify which are the numbers actually are suspected spam with our AI models. Similarly, we have also done it for SMS. You would have seen there are a lot of SMS which are fraudulent SMS, and you get into traps. So you have to, we can definitely stop that too. There is tools available which we can take care of that. And as a service provider, as a basic service provider, of course, we have the biggest controls there. Number 3, we have actually launched this service for our broadband also now. So now going forward, the moment you are about to go into a malicious site, it will be immediately stopped. So you are actually getting absolved of getting into any sort of, malicious attacks or anything as such. So the fight against fraud, we are actually taking it, spearheading in the country. And I'm sure this should be able to benefit. We've actually launched it yesterday. It is launched in the country, in the state of Haryana, and very soon it will be progressing across the country. So overall, if I may say, what we do for this region, and I'll just give you some statistics. In Mizoram, we've got 15 employees direct, and we've got off-roll 100 employees. So we have more than around about 20,000 odd kilometer fiber, which is in the state of Mizoram. We have total number of towers of 718, and 5G towers 224. So this is the network strength we have. And if you see on the NISA region overall, the pie chart which shows 58% is our RMS, which is the red, in the red, which is the customer base which we have. So overall, in this part of the region, we are very, very committed. We have got more than 40,000 kilometers of fiber. And as we speak, our fibers keep on growing as day by day. Of course, the other perspective, and when we talked about reaching out to various public and infrastructure, I'm sure we need some help from the government too. Perhaps VGF can be definitely looked into. And how can you enable us to go and connect everywhere? Because at the end of the day, it is again, the digital divide can only be crossed over if we have the government and everybody aligned to make this particular thing happen. Ultimately, we are a business house, but at the end of the day, we also have a commitment to the nation and for the citizens of the nation. That's what we do. And that's the reason this particular slide, which is very important for you to understand our commitment to this part, which is NISA as well as the state. So current engagements in NISA, we actually have a SOC, which is a cybersecurity SOC. We will definitely elucidate further on this, what details are this. Once you actually have a SOC, you are absolved of a lot of cyber threats and you're taken care of, which presently runs in Numaligarh refinery, which is in this part of the region. Of course, that's running. We also have various other, for land records, we have started with OCI Cloud. Then we have for Amtron, we are serving, serves in Amtron, we are already serving a lot of stuff, which is on-prem server storage, OCI Cloud. Then for Meghalaya, we have got a thing which is called Hello Meghalaya. Anybody who wants to put his talent up in the cloud and wants to show it to people, that is there with our CDN network. So this is for budding talents. This is an app which has been created in conjunction with us. Then we have MPLS links, which is connecting the G2G across the state. We've already running that. Then SWAN project, we run SWAN for Arunachal Pradesh. And then we have ILL links of 1 Gbps across. In Mizoram, we're actually supporting the police for CCTNS already. So these are certain areas where we are already with the government, we are working. But I think this is perhaps just the start of it. There is enough and more to be done in all the 7 sisters. And I'm sure we should be able to take it forward and leapfrog it to a different level. And that's the whole purpose, because I understood and from the entire context today that the digital divide has to be cleared up, and for that the alignment has to happen. So we have the technology, the mindsets are aligned. I don't think why shouldn't we not be able to do it. It is just how to get the congruence done and make things happen. I'm sure we will be able to do that. On the front on digitization government vertical, what we actually do, we work for education and health, say like Anganwadi workers, we give the tabs, we give connectivity, we give education. Suppose you also want to do attendance for the education teachers as such, you can do it from there. Then you can do e-governance. All the e-governance initiatives can run on us, which is primarily the connectivity piece. Then the smart city. So smart city is one area which we actually are progressing in various states. Of course, coal, power, energy sector, this is another area we touch upon. We can create private networks in areas where you don't have connectivity, but we can make connectivity run there, and we can do push to talks in mines and all those places. Then cooperative banks is a big sector of growth, which we will be able to make things happen for there, which could be connectivity, cyber security, and all that particular paraphernalia. Police department from a CCTNS perspective, from a dial 112 perspective. So anything in the solutions on police, we can definitely make sure. We can also make private networks, basically a different spectrum can be created for the police when you actually have congestion and when there are events and incidents. We can make sure that your phone, the police guy's phone, always works. So these are solutions which can be worked on telecom, which could facilitate on governance, on every aspect to serve the citizen. Over and above this is what we do across the states. Dial 112 is a big project which we are running in UP. And this is actually, which has got, one of our esteemed speakers talked about resiliency. This has got inbuilt resiliency, which has got dual last miles, dual cloud, dual data center, DR and DC, as well as the IoT. Basically, what is the purpose of Dial 112 is? Purpose is that if you have to reach, suppose there is an incident reported at the call center of the police, which is the police control room, how fast the PCR van can go there at the incident and can be whatever is going on, can that be averted? That's the whole purpose. So there are various, metrics with the ways the states are working on. Somebody is reaching 20 minutes, somebody is reaching 15 minutes, somebody is reaching 8 minutes. So these are all efficiencies which are being created. And this is the basic thing which is of immense importance for citizens to be served. Similarly, for CM helpline, these are all redressal forums which we can be taken care of. So I'm just taking you through the use cases, what we serve today. Smart city, of course, is whereas your automated red light, traffic signal management, anybody jumping the queue and all that, everything can be taken care of. Of course, there are state data centers, which is also another solution which we can offer, and this will be, we can definitely make sure. So if you talk about from a data center, connectivity, cybersecurity, cloud, all the avenues which we touch upon as a product is actually the use cases which are there, which I just articulated here. Overall, what we do, in fact, as I said, this is a very, very interesting topic which I definitely articulated about, which is the spam fighting network. Wherever I have gone across the country, every chief secretary, every IT secretary has been appreciative of this particular fact. I've met, in fact, even the general of the chief of staff of Army, and General Dwivedi was so happy about this particular solution that everybody has been appreciating us like anything. So it is, at times, you also have to look at nation building and taking care of people. I think we have that particular perspective in our organization, and we believe that in our ethics. Overall, I think this is one area which we can definitely, these are areas which I just highlighted. The other is also on the COCP, which is when you have COCP, which is the ministry-owned mobiles, when you offer, you can get benefits of 18% GST benefits, which is like the mobile network can be owned by you, and perhaps the mobile connections can be owned by you, and there are various facilities which can be taken care of. So overall, there are across stores which are all across the country and the state which we can offer. There are Airtel Thanks as an app is for business. So it is, again, the essence of all this is how do we make your life simple? Because complexity leads to simple. Because technology is complex, but how will we make your life simple? That's more important. Over to you, Amit, if you can take forward.
Thanks, Saibal. Morning. My name is Amit Chaudhary, and I lead cybersecurity practice in Airtel. Everyone spoke about, right from the Chief Minister, the importance of cybersecurity. And none of the digital initiatives can actually fructify till the time security is part of it. We all know that security plays a very, very important role in all aspects. In Airtel, we say it proudly because we touch lots and lots of data, we touch lots and lots of lives and devices in our ecosystem. And hence our visibility into the threat landscape is immense. Not just domestic, but also global. I mean, as you have seen in some previous slides, we have close to about 45% of the revenue market share, which means India's 45 to 46% handsets assets are with us on our network. That's a lot of telemetry. Not just that, a global data exchange points or internet exchange what we have brings a lot of global intelligence to our network. And hence our vision or visibility into the threat is immense. We transform that to safeguard our enterprises, our customers, and also Airtel. And that learning what we have is actually equally put into our SOC, which is Security Operations Center. I take this opportunity to invite the delegates and industry leaders, also the governments of various states, to come and have a visit in our Intelligence Cyber Defense Center to have a look at what tools, technologies, and what precision reporting we do, and what are the measures in which we basically identify us, whether it's a spammer or a cyber hacker, and the various tools which we use to protect our infrastructure. Definitely, it comes with the latest AI/ML technologies inbuilt. To name some of the key benefits here. We actually scan more than 1 lakh assets, on a quarterly basis. More than 5 lakh kind of endpoints from an industry perspective are on an hourly basis scanned in our network. We've identified cloud being one of the thing, and here we partner with Google as well. While our own cloud exists in sovereignty, but we have a unique proposition on Google Cloud, which is basically bringing cloud to your own setup. So government are particularly carving for a sovereign infrastructure run on-premise with all the AI and ML functionalities. This is the JDC Edge Google Distribution Cloud hosted So here the control lies in your own data center. Nothing is remote. The data resides, the control resides in your data center. We are the exclusive partner there. So on-premise setup, if anything to be created, we have a live setup, POC setup ready in our environment, we can demonstrate. Also, some of the departments, including intel agencies, have started doing a POC. So there again, I invite, if you have any application which needs to be tested in a private sovereign environment with all the analytics and AI ML workloads, to be tested, we are happy to work with you on that line.